Welcome to Hong Kong Brief. The content of the briefing includes: after a medal-laden first week of the Asian Games, how high can Hong Kong soar? Asian Games, Wong bronze ends city's table tennis losing streak after 17 years. Morning update: Alberta ministries face extensive review over access requests after Globe reporting. China's Hollies forms committee to review $1.55 billion takeover offer. China softening on cross-border data transfers, 5 things to know. After a medal-laden first week of the Asian Games, how high can Hong Kong soar? South China Morning Post. The Hong Kong team is experiencing unprecedented success at the Asian Games in Hangzhou, already amassing 43 medals, just 3 shy of their total at the last Games 5 years ago in Jakarta. The team has achieved gold in swimming and golf for the first time, retained gold in the men's sevens team, and won gold in rowing and fencing. The team's success has been a surprise, particularly in football, and esports officials are urging the government to embrace the economic possibilities of the industry. Asian Games, Wong bronze ends city's table tennis losing streak after 17 years. South China Morning Post. Wang Chunting, a table tennis player from Hong Kong, hopes that his bronze medal win at the Asian Games will inspire his teammates and future generations. Wang secured Hong Kong's first individual table tennis medal in 17 years by reaching the semi-finals of the men's singles event. Although he lost to China's Wang Chuqin, he is proud of his achievement and hopes to continue improving in future competitions. Wang's coach, Li Qing, believes that his achievement sends a strong message to the rest of the team and that Wang can continue playing until the Nagoya Games in 2026. Li also praised Wang's advanced and aggressive playing style and credited his recent improvement to his maturity and mental strength, which may have been influenced by becoming a father. Morning update: Alberta ministries face extensive review over access requests after Globe reporting. The Globe and Mail. The Office of the Information and Privacy Commissioner, OIPC, in Alberta has launched an investigation into the provincial government's handling of Freedom of Information (FOI) requests. The investigation follows reporting from the Globe and Mail Secret Canada project, which highlighted apparent attempts by the government to limit its obligations under the provincial access law. The OIPC has notified provincial ministries that it will be reviewing potential non-compliance with Alberta's Freedom of Information and Protection of Privacy Act, particularly focusing on 2 sections of the law that relate to public officials' responsibilities to assist people in obtaining public records. The Secret Canada project is an investigation into Canada's Freedom of Information regime. China's Hollies forms committee to review $1.55 billion takeover offer. Reuters. Hollies Automation Technologies, a Chinese automation and control systems manufacturer, has formed a special committee to review a $1.55 billion offer from a consortium and begin a sale process. The consortium, led by Reco Control Technology and Dajing Group Investment Holdings, made an all-cash offer of $25 per share to acquire the company. The committee will discuss the next steps with the consortium and seek additional offers. The company's board has also engaged with shareholders who own 32.2% of the company, following their push for a special meeting in August. China softening on cross-border data transfers, 5 things to know. Nikkei Asia. China's top internet regulator, the Cyberspace Administration of China, CAC, has issued draft provisions that would relax the country's strict rules on cross-border data transfers. The new rules would exempt qualifying foreign companies from the onerous compliance requirements of cross-border data transfer, creating what experts call a whitelist. The draft rules would clarify which types of data would no longer need to undergo a security review before being transferred abroad. The CAC is seeking public comment on the document until October 15. Angus Ng has no regrets despite early Asian Games badminton exit. South China Morning Post. Hong Kong badminton player Angus Ng Kalong has exited the 2022 Asian Games after losing in the first round to Malaysia's Li Zijia. Ng, who had already beaten Li 3 times this year, won the first game 21-15 but eventually lost the match 2-1. Ng said that the draw did not affect the outcome and that he had no regrets. In other matches, Hong Kong's mixed doubles pair Tang Chunman and Tsai Ing-suat won their opening round match easily, beating East Timor's Raymond Singh and Zoraida Della Torre 21-5, 21-15. Hip Hops, an introduction to Vancouver's groundbreaking craft beer scene. Financial Times. British Columbia, particularly Vancouver, has experienced a microbrewing revolution in recent years, with around 250 craft breweries opening in the past decade. Craft beer has become ingrained in the local culture, with British Columbia's government declaring October to be BC Craft Beer Month. Vancouver is now home to over 100 craft breweries, many of which are clustered in the city's east. Some popular breweries include 33 Acres Brewing Company, Faculty Brewing Co., and Strange Fellows Brewing. 33 Acres Brewing Company, founded in 2013, offers classic beer styles in a modern and minimalist space. Faculty Brewing Co., founded in 2016, focuses on beer education and offers a range of beers for all taste and experience levels. Strange Fellows Brewing, opened in 2014, offers diverse and experimental beers, including IPAs, stouts, and Belgian wits. Lupolo Brewing Company, the first Italian-style craft brewery in the area, provides quality beers and a welcoming community space. Superflux, founded in 2020, offers a wide range of hop-heavy IPAs in a modern and stylish tasting room. Callister Brewing Co., the first co-working, collaborative brewery in Canada, showcases a variety of craft beers and promotes local artists. Vancouver's craft beer scene continues to grow and offers a wide variety of beers and experiences for beer enthusiasts. DeSantis invokes China boogeyman narrative amid flailing campaign. The Guardian. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has withdrawn state scholarship money from 4 private schools that he claims have links to the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, an allegation which the schools deny. The move has left parents confused and upset, with many looking for alternative educational arrangements for their children. Critics have pointed out the hypocrisy of the move, as DeSantis's Republican-dominated legislature recently expanded the availability of school vouchers, meaning that public schools are underfunded and families can use taxpayers' money to fund private education. It is suggested that DeSantis's targeting of China is self-serving and that the governor is stoking anti-Chinese sentiment to further his own political ambitions. DeSantis has been accused of bullying minorities and feeding into anti-Asian fear-mongering. China's Chery takes aim at Europe with SUVs from 3 car brands. Reuters. Chinese automaker Chery Automobile plans to launch SUV models from 3 of its car brands in Europe over the next 2 years. The company is considering an assembly plant in Europe as early as 2024. Chery's European director, Johan Tuetting, said the automaker will launch its Omoda and JQ brands in major European markets, including Germany, Britain, Spain, Italy, and France. The company plans to launch 3 SUV models for each brand by the end of 2025, with a mix of fully electric, fossil fuel, and hybrid cars. Chery is also considering the purchase of an existing assembly plant or building its own. China sees travel boom in first post-COVID Golden Week. South China Morning Post. China's National Day holiday, the first since COVID restrictions were lifted, has seen a significant increase in the number of journeys taken compared to last year. The Ministry of Transport reported that railways, roads, waterways, and planes were expected to carry 53.4 million passengers on Monday, a 56.4% increase from the 4th day of the holidays last year. The extended 8-day holiday period, which includes the traditional mid-autumn holiday, has given people more time to travel. The Ministry of Culture and Tourism expects the Golden Week to generate revenues of 782.5 billion yuan, $107.4 billion, for the domestic tourism industry. Streaming app 17 Live set to be Singapore's first SPAC merger. Nikkei Asia. Singapore's first special-purpose acquisition company, SPAC, to acquire a target, Vertex Technology Acquisition Corporation, VTAC, plans to merge with live streaming platform 17 Live in a deal worth up to SGD 925.1 m, $675 million. The merger is expected to be completed before the January 2024 deadline. DTAC raised around SGD 200 m when it listed on the Singapore Exchange in January 2021. The proposed deal could help Singapore attract fast-growing tech companies to its stock exchange, which has traditionally lagged behind Hong Kong in attracting initial public offerings. Pre-market, Europe stocks eke out gains. The Globe and Mail. European markets are expected to recover from their difficult Q3, with both stocks and the euro showing signs of stabilizing. The pan-European stocks 600 rose by 0.2% and the euro showed early signs of recovery after experiencing losses of 3% in Q3. European government bond yields also rose due to marginally higher oil prices and debt pressures. The stopgap funding bill, which was agreed over the weekend to avoid a U.S. government shutdown, lifted U.S. stock futures by 0.5%. Thousands return to Hong Kong after enjoying good deals in no-brainer, Shenzhen. South China Morning Post. Thousands of Hong Kong residents have spent the long weekend in China, taking advantage of cheaper prices on accommodation, food, and massages. Many residents visited Shenzhen, where they stayed in hotels and sampled local cuisine. Figures from immigration showed that 989,071 residents left Hong Kong between Friday and Sunday, while 1.19 million people entered the city over the same period. Hong Kong residents have been traveling to China in large numbers since the start of the protests in June, taking advantage of cheaper prices. Hong Kong must act before deep correction in property market, Midland analyst. South China Morning Post. Hong Kong's property market is at risk of entering a deep correction, warns an analyst at Centelline Property Agency. The number of home sales is predicted to be the second lowest in nearly a decade for 2019, and only slightly higher than last year's figure. Confidence in the market is low, despite anticipation of the easing of cooling measures. Hong Kong's property market has cooled due to a weakening economic outlook, high interest rates, and an excess supply of new flats. The government should consider cutting the buyer's stamp duty to restore confidence, the analyst added. Well, what a week it's been for Hong Kong at the Asian Games. The team has already won an impressive 43 medals, just 3 shy of their total from the last games. They've achieved gold in swimming and golf for the first time, retained gold in the men's sevens team, and won gold in rowing and fencing. It's been a pleasant surprise, especially in football, and esports officials are urging the government to embrace the economic opportunities of the industry. So, how high can Hong Kong soar? Well, if they keep up this momentum, the sky's the limit. In other news, Hong Kong table tennis player Wang Chunting won a bronze medal, ending the city's 17-year losing streak in the sport. Wang hopes his achievement will inspire his teammates and future generations. He lost in the semi-finals to China's Wan Chuqin, but he's proud of his accomplishment and plans to continue improving for future competitions. Moving on to Canada, the Office of the Information and Privacy Commissioner in Alberta has launched an investigation into the government's handling of Freedom of Information requests. This comes after reporting from the Globe and Mail Secret Canada project revealed attempts by the government to limit its obligations under the Access Law. It's an important investigation into Canada's Freedom of Information regime, and we'll be keeping a close eye on the findings. In business news, Chinese automaker Chery plans to launch SUV models from 3 of its car brands in Europe over the next 2 years. This is a significant move as Chery is considering an assembly plant in Europe as early as 2024. The company will be launching its Omoda and JQ brands in major European markets, including Germany, Britain, Spain, Italy, and France. It's an exciting expansion for Chery and a sign of China's growing influence in the global auto industry. And finally, let's talk about craft beer in Vancouver. British Columbia, particularly Vancouver, has seen a microbrewing revolution in recent years, with over 250 craft breweries opening in the past decade. Craft beer has become a big part of the local culture, with Vancouver now home to over 100 craft breweries. From classic styles to experimental brews, there's something for everyone in Vancouver's craft beer scene. That's all for this week's news roundup. I hope you've enjoyed the stories and my commentary. Now it's your turn to join the conversation. What are your thoughts on Hong Kong's success at the Asian Games? Do you have any favorite craft breweries in Vancouver? Let me know what you think. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.